Going into Hobbs and Shaw, I've actually only seen the first Fast and Furious movie, and then I've also seen Fast 5, but other than that, my palate is totally clean of the Fast and Furious franchise, so that's just my perspective going into this movie. My philosophy on movies pretty much goes like this. What is this movie trying to accomplish, and how effective is it at accomplishing its goal? I love movies that are well shot, well acted, and just overall well made. But I also love watching movies that you can just watch again and again and just have that high entertainment value, and maybe not so much on the technical side, but it's just really easy to watch. Not every movie can be The Godfather or The Dark Knight, nor should they be. I mean, really, what matters to me most is just if it's effective at what it's trying to be. Having said that, Hobbs and Shaw is a blast, and it's a really great action comedy. The best attribute of this movie isn't the fighting, isn't the car chases, isn't the camera work. It is actually just the back and forth between Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham. They just have a really good chemistry in this movie, and just hearing them go back and forth insulting each other was just so entertaining, and I just had a great time watching it. It's especially funny to me when they are insulting each other because they're both typecast actors, so that means that they just get cast in similar roles like every movie. And it's funny that they're insulting each other in this movie because it feels like they're kind of insulting the type of characters that they play. And I think that that made it really funny, and it kind of gave it a little bit more depth in those like humorous moments. So outside of the back and forth between Jason Statham and The Rock, it's pretty much just filler, blockbuster, CGI, action-y stuff, and it's really entertaining to watch, and honestly, I don't really have a problem with that. Most people in this world are just, whenever they go to see a movie, they're going to be entertained. They're wanting a break from their, work or their family life or whatever. They're just going to relax, sit down, kick back, and watch a movie, and I think that this movie is superbly entertaining for people just like that. Another thing that I really liked was all of the random cameos that they had in this movie. It's just hilarious to see these pretty big name actors who are in a lot of movies, but they took these kind of little roles in this film and they just like pop up out of nowhere for these comedic sequences, and I just thought it was thoroughly entertaining. Another thing that I loved was when they go to Samoa. That part was great. That was like probably the high point of the movie. And I just thought that the sequences there were so pretty, the imagery was great. In the end battle, when The Rock leads his brothers in the haka, let's just say if I was facing those guys down, I'd have a brick in my pantaloons. Although this movie was a very effective action comedy, there were a couple driving factors of this movie that I thought could have been a little bit finely tuned to make it even better. The first attribute that I would tweak a little bit was the villain Idris Elba. I love Idris Elba, and I thought that he was really physically intimidating in this role. It was so great how they had him square up against Jason Statham and The Rock and still made him feel physically intimidating. That is pretty effective, I will say. I really enjoyed that part. It was a little bit lacking in showing his ideology and how it plays out. So basically, Idris Elba's ideology is that he believes in the evolution of man, and that if there are weaker people in the world, they need to be wiped out so that the superior people can rise up. I thought that that could have been portrayed a little bit better. They never really show the kind of resolve he has in accomplishing it. Like, he kills people in the movie, but they're mostly people in uniform or people that are kind of like trying to oppose him. But his ideology kind of suggests that he would kill innocent people. And when you have the same ideology as Hitler, it seems like you might want to show more of the depravity of that. Like, maybe you could accomplish that through some off-screen deaths that are really cruel. You don't necessarily need to show like blood and guts or anything because that doesn't fit the tone of the movie. I think that it would have done his character and his character arc a little bit more justice if they showed more of the depravity behind that ideology of his character. The second attribute of this movie that I would have changed a little bit was the whole explanation of the virus. So the virus is only really explained in this little exposition dump, but I feel like that wasn't effective enough. I understand that you can't, again, show like blood and guts of this virus just disintegrating a person, but you do need to show like the actual power behind it instead of just saying it, because that's not as effective as showing it. Despite these two aspects that I think that they could have improved on, I still really enjoyed this movie, and if you like mind-numbing blockbuster shove popcorn in your mouth while you watch it movies, give this one a watch. I'm going to give Hobbs and Shaw a 7.5 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, press the like button, press the subscribe, press the notification button. You can actually follow me on Instagram. My handle is Jared Gilster, my name. Follow me there. I always say when I'm going to release a video, do a little countdown, do all that stuff. So check me out there. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.